Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am going to be doing a builder overlay. I'm not going to actually do a whole builder, but I just want to do a builder overlay. So this one is done, that one is done, and this one is done. But I wanted to try, so I'm using Orly's, this is their Milky White. That's just a overlay, and this is a little structure. But I don't like the thicker one. I don't like that. I don't like the way it looks. It'd be good with the, with like the snowy flowers or something. But I don't want to do too much of anything on my nails today. I just want to do like some nice clean stuff. And this is their light pink. So I'm going to get that, ready. And then this one is their cool taupe. And we're going to see how that's going to work. Because I haven't worn any of the other, I haven't worn these yet. So I just want to try them, see how they work. And you can get their, let me hold on a second. You can use their nail tip primer. And I don't usually use this because I take it off. I take it off like every week, every 2 weeks. So if I put this on there, it's going to make it adhere longer, and it'll stay on a little bit longer than what I want. So for my particular purposes, I don't use nail tip primer because I don't want it to stay on for more than 2 weeks. So let's see how this looks on my skin tone. Oh, it looks kind of pretty, huh? I'm not usually pink doesn't usually look good on me. But I'm going to try to do this just as a that might be too much. I want to just do so I always like push this close to the cuticle as I can. And then I'm basically smearing this on because that's how I usually do my first coat. And I already did prep my nails. I already did the cuticle work and dehydrated my nails in that. Sorry. And when I'm practicing, I use a sun UV lamp. But when I use gel polish on myself or clients, I always make sure I use my Orly lamp. I've noticed a difference. I think sun UVs are great, but you have to replace them like every 18 months. At least mine, the ones I've used I have had to. And I did realize too that a good way to keep them is to unplug them when you're not using them. You don't want to keep them plugged in like your regular appliances, like your TV and your refrigerator and your stove. Because for some reason, when it's still plugged in, it sucks the battery life. Even if you're not using it. So that's the light pink, but you can't even really see it, can you? Just a small little layer. Okay. So I'm gonna put this in the lamp for like 10 seconds. And then I'm going to use this one here. Oh, look at that. I didn't see that. I didn't realize that. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at that. That's pretty, huh? And it's nice and it's thick. You know, it's a nice builder. I do like Orly's products. I've tried other things, but I just always go back to Orly. It's a good product, it is affordable, and it lasts, and it suits my needs. I've tried other things that are more expensive, but it's just not for me. Okay, that's a little bit too much on my brush. Take some of that off. Let's see if I can turn my finger so I can get this side. Actually, I'm going to see something. I need some steady elevation. So I'm going to put this on, put my nail on top of a good base so I can turn it, and then there we go. That's better. Work smarter, not harder. I was listening to this commercial and they said, what's wrong with working smarter and harder? And I was thinking, that's true. So I want that to be as close to the cuticle. Eponychium as high, as close as I can without flooding the cuticles. Okay. Okay. Now I'll put this in for 30 seconds. So that'll be for 30 seconds. And I don't think I really want any designs. I was thinking about just putting these little doodads on. Little seashell things. But I don't know. I miss the ocean. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. And look at this, just one layer of each. And you can hardly tell any color at all, except for the taupe. The taupe, you can tell that there's color on it, but everybody else, not really. And let's see. Let's see what it looks like if I do one more layer. Because remember, I'm just doing an overlay. I'm not trying to get these to be sculpted or any of that. Okay. So this is the white. Ooh. I can see already. And I didn't clean the inhibition layer off. Or the tacky layer, or whatever you want to call it. That might be too much. That doesn't look too bad. I think I could deal with that. Yeah, not so bad. Okay. But I don't think I want to do that. Let's see how the pink looks doubled up. Hold on. Okay. Let's see how the cool pink looks doubled up. Pink doesn't usually look good on me, so. Okay, so just for like 10 seconds. And you know what, too? When you do it for like 10 seconds, it kind of eliminates the whole burn thing. At least it doesn't burn at least that much for me. So what I'm doing is I spin the thing around on the top so that it doesn't get all that on there. Because you know it'll load up on you. Such a pretty color. So, okay, so this is the taupe. Cool taupe. That was light pink, not cool pink. So I tried other products, like I said before. But for me personally, Orly just goes on smooth, comes off smooth. I like the formula. It's PETA approved, Leap and Bunny certified, vegan formula, 9 free. It's, all the things I'm looking for in a product. And did I say it's affordable? It's affordable, so. Okay, 30 seconds. And it really makes a difference when you use their lamps. Because for years I used the Sun UV lamp. Not saying anything bad about it, but what I am saying is that I noticed the instant difference. It just cures better in their own lamp. Okay, so that's how it looks. Pretty, huh? See that? That's been on a couple of days. But I was just playing around. Okay, so now I will get out my now I will get out these wipes. Poo-poo. Okay. And I'm going to get my Oh. Hold on a second, I forgot something. Okay, I'm going to use their Clean Prep 3-in-1 cleanser. Oops. I wasn't as prepared as I ought to be, but that's okay. I clean this out. I've learned not to use the tops. I mean, sometimes you use the tops, you know, as your dapping dish. Well, I learned not to do that because then I always seem to get debris in the product. I mean, you're going to get it in there anyway, but I always get debris in the product. So I learned not to do that, to just use a nice clean dapping dish. And then that way you don't have to worry about getting debris in there, cotton balls and all the other stuff. Because it'll happen. And you'll be mad. And it's the first time I've used this, so I have to open it up. Whoops! Okay, don't spill it. So it's my first time using, usually I get out some rubbing alcohol or something like that, you know. But I'm trying new things. That's what this whole adventure is about, right? Trying new things. Not always doing the same thing, but trying new things. Okay, so I'm just going to clean these nails off. 1, there's 2, there's 3, and 4. Wow. Smooth. I do think I need to buff these up a little bit. So I'm just going to buff them up a little bit. So I cut my Orly buffer in half because I noticed that the middle half wasn't getting used and I was just using the ends. So I figured if I cut them, I could probably do it again too. So I figured if I cut them in half, it would be better. So I'm just going to buff them up just to do like a finishing thing. Okay. You can see right here where it's not all the way down. And I don't want it to be all the way down on my skin. But I want it to be flush. Okay. And I'm trying not to do it really hard, you know. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on here because I'm not trying to shape them or anything like that. I just want the smoothness of the look. You know, I just want it to be a smooth. Okay. I already did that. This one. But anyway, okay. Now I'm going to get my little brush. I use a bamboo toothbrush. And it's my preference, my choice. I use a bamboo because the plastics aren't recyclable. And they just end up in a landfill. At least the bamboo ones are biodegradable. And they just go back to Mother Earth. Okay, now I'm going to put my top coat on. But I think I want to try a matte top coat. Might be kind of crazy. Oh, you know one thing really cool about... Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a base coat on top of there. Let me see if I can put a turtle on. I can't even get him to turn over. He's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna do a turtle. And a little seashell. I don't know. I hope I don't hate myself in the morning for doing this. And what are these called? Confers? Yeah, I don't know if I should do that or not. Okay, I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shake up my base coat. I'm gonna do it. Sorry. Oops. Goodness gracious. Trying to get my life right over here. Sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, so. Hold on again. Oh, wow. I am ashamed. That's the only base coat I have? It's terrible. How could you only have one base coat? Wow, I only have one base coat. That's terrible. Okay, so I'm going to use this base coat. Sorry about the way that looks, but I've had it for a long time. So I'm just going to put a little thing like that. Then I'm going to get this big turtle. That's really big. That's going to be too big. Yeah, that's going to be really big on my nail. And that one, you don't even know what it is. I do like the turtle. Okay, well, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to put the turtle on there anyway. He's a big boy. Wow. That's really big. I mean, like, really big. Oh my gosh. I know I'm moving it around like a crazy woman, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay. I'm not going to put my whole finger in the lamp. I'm just going to use their little... I'm not going to put my whole finger in the lamp. I'm just going to use the individual lamp, because that's just the same. Hold on. Okay. thing is huge. That's a big turtle. The big turtle. Okay. Well, it worked. It's on there. Oh my gosh. That is so huge. Okay. Well, I don't think Matt was going to work on there anymore. So let's just get the no cleanse top coat on here. And I'm on a stand. Because I don't want any color. I just want it to be like this. I'm not looking for any color today. Or actually much of anything, really. I mean, even like putting the turtles on there was, the shells and stuff was a bit much. But that's okay. Sometimes you just don't want all that stuff on your nails. You know? Sometimes you just don't want to. So I try not to say it all the time, but yes, I do have ankylosing. But it's not severe. It doesn't cause me problems or injuries or anything. I haven't had any, surgeries or I know somebody was saying something about getting steroid shots. I don't even have to do anything like that because it's not that serious. Okay, top coat's on. Oh, I didn't do top coat on this one. I should be taking this crap off because it looks bad. I think it does. But that's okay. You live and you learn. You learn how not to do things. At least I am. I mean, this has really been a journey for me. I know a lot of people have been doing nails and hair and stuff since they were 5 years old. I was beating boys up at 5. Are you kidding me? I was climbing trees and riding my bike. I wasn't thinking about doing this stuff. Okay. 30 seconds. In the lamp. Next. Okay, so now it says no cleanse, no wipe, right? Let's see. Ooh. I'll do it anyway. I'm sorry, you guys, as I have it. I always do it. I try not to, but I have to do it. I know what it says. And with Orly, you can use their no wipe cleanse top, and it won't cloud out your, look at that. It doesn't cloud it out. I've tried other ones, and you use their, and you clean the top, and it's all cloudy. And it's like, what happened? Look at that. It's so pretty. Okay, so that hand is done. So already been prepped, already been blah, 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 blah. So we're going to do the white. But remember, I'm just doing overlays. I'm not doing sculptured. I better start with my pinky. I don't know why I do that. Oh, thumb and pinky. So I'm going to, I've already prepped, I've already cleansed, I've already done all that stuff. So I'm just going to go right to the application. It takes me usually about a half an hour to do a thorough prep. I know it's a long time, but that's how long it usually takes me. I'm getting better. I'm getting better because of my preps are getting better. My preps. Yep, my preps are getting better. One thing that's not getting better is I am drinking water, but it's more than just water sometimes I find out, fruits and vegetables have a lot of water in it. Like you go out to eat, because I know a lot of us do. You go out to eat, or even if you stay at home, just look at your sodium counts in the food that you eat regularly. Rice, pasta, bread, those things dehydrate the heck out you. And you don't even realize it. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking like a whole gallon of water every day. Yeah, but at the same time, you're eating a lot of sandwiches, you're eating pasta, you're eating rice, and those things dehydrate you guys. They dehydrate. I was actually shocked as to how much they dehydrate you. It's like you drink all the water to hydrate yourself, and then you eat a sandwich, and then you just re-dehydrate it yourself. Just the sandwich. The mayonnaise, the mustards, the condiments. And then, eat a lettuce sandwich. Have a lettuce wrap. That's what I'm learning. Is to not eat so much bread and pasta because it just re-dehydrates me. And it's like, girl, you deposited $100 into your hydration bank and then you withdrew $200. No wonder why you are a deficit. No wonder why you're always dehydrated. You're taking out more water than you're putting in. And the water doesn't always have to come in a cup. Yogurt's a hydrator. Milk isn't. But these are like things I've noticed for myself. I'm not, trying to chastise anybody. I'm just saying that I've noticed it for myself. Okay. That's not even right there, but that's okay. I'm getting past it. So, in the lamp for 10 seconds. Okay. So these two, actually these three are white. So I'm going to do this one too. So I'm doing a little scrubby. I mean, you don't have to do the little scrubby thing. That's just something that I do sometimes. It's just me. Not something that anybody else has to do. I'm going to reshake my other ones up because they might have settled a little bit. Okay. And like I said, I do my overlays, like nail polish. I like to do 2 thin coats. And I try not to. Sometimes, I heard once from Tammy Taylor that you want to take off the cuticle that's wiggling at you, that waves at you, the stuff that stands up. But I don't really like doing that because I know that it's necessary. Okay. And then the last color is the taupe. The taupe. And this one too. I want to make sure I want to make sure that I don't have a lot of polish or builder gel on the brush. It really decreases your chances of flooding your cuticles if you don't have a lot on your brush. I know, it makes sense, doesn't it, until you start doing it. And then you think, oh, I need more on my brush. That's what I did when I first started doing it. I just like plop. I was just plopping all this stuff on my nails, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Why does it look like that? Because you put a lot of product on your brush. Oh. Well, don't I need a lot of product? Yeah, but not all at once. Oh. So if you're like me, just take your time. You'll get there. Okay, I see something that I don't like. I see this. Let's get that off of there. Okay, now let's cure it. 30 seconds. Okay, and another thing too that I learned is when you take it out of the lamp, you want your product to stay airborne or get air dried for a couple seconds before you go into the next product. I know it sounds crazy, but there's some science about it not being like the molecules haven't settled in yet. And so you need to wait a few seconds before you put the other layer on. I didn't really understand the science of it, but it's science, so not all science is bad science, right? Some science is really for trying to help us out. So if the science says wait a few seconds, then I'll wait a few seconds. It's okay. I mean, think about it. You're waiting a few seconds. And I do like this better because I took my time and I didn't make the color too bright or too dark anyway. Because you can see on this one that it's darker. It's darker. Okay. Now I'm going to do the pink. And do a thin layer. Again, do a thin layer. Just like nail polish when I do my overlays. I do thin layers. And I don't clean because I want the tacky layer to stay, because I want it to stick. Okay. And on this hand, I don't think I'm going to do the I don't like those. I like the turtle. I think it's cute, but I think it's a little bit too much, too big. So I do believe that I'm just going to put some, see, I didn't do it right. I got to do the bottleneck thing. If I do the bottleneck thing, then it doesn't drip down. So I think that what I'm going to do with the, I'm just going to do some stones. Ooh, you know what would be cool? Racing stripes. But I don't want to do all that. It would be cool, though, just to have like one line straight down. Like a different color. That would be cool. Let's try that. Yeah. What color? Maybe something light and pastel-y? Oh, how about some neon? Neon would be cool. Just a nice neon color going straight down. And I try to flick it down so that I don't get that little bump on the top, on the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? When you get that little, I don't know what it's called. You develop some type of little ledge on the bottom, on the edge of your nail. Where it just like gathers all right there. I hate that. I don't like that look. Okay, well then, hold on a second. That's not right. Ooh. this over here. Okay. So 60 seconds. Oh, I know. Let's do this. I'm gonna do that. That'll be cool. That'll be pretty. So I bought this. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's move this for a minute. So I purchased these. And they're pretty awesome. I don't think I've used them yet. So let's use some of these just to do some stripes. And I'm not even going to, let's see. Yeah, I am. Oh. Okay, so just pick like two. Let's do, ooh. Okay, purple and gold. Okay, let's get them out. So we'll do this one, and I'm gonna do lemon drop instead of lemon butter. And lemon butter. Now, cat eye would be pretty too, but I just want it to be simple. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to be doing too much. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. I remember these are glow in the dark too, so it's going to be crazy. Okay. Now let's see if we can get a straight line. That's always a challenge, isn't it? So even if it's not a straight line, that's going to be okay. Even if it's not a straight line, we're not going to beat ourselves up. Okay, you see how it's bubbling up like that? I don't like that. Ten seconds. Okay, so since it bubbled up like that, it might be because it's, you know, because it's glow in the dark. But I'm gonna clean these off because I don't want this to turn out to be a bad experience. So I'm gonna clean these off. Well, let's clean off this one, and then let's see how that goes with it being cleaned. If it's going to be in lemon butter or lemon drop. Ooh, that's a pretty like neon. That's pretty, huh? Yeah, it's the powder. Oops. It's the polish. Okay, that's good to know. Let's clean that up a little bit. Okay. It doesn't want to do it. It said, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to come off. It is stuck on there. Okay, it's not really better, but that's better. Okay. I'm not going to turn that whole lamp on for this. Okay. Whoa. Hold on a second. It's starting to act crazy. Just wriggle it around. Just wriggle it around because it settled already. That was fast. Okay. 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 So since I'm not putting anything on these, I will clean these off. Okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now I'm going to put the top coat on. No cleanse. Sorry my bottles are so used, but you know. Top coat. And top coat. Ooh, how pretty that is. Good Lord. Has anybody read read your Bible today? Read the scriptures? I've been reading the book of Galatians lately, and wow. What a difference the Bible makes when you have understanding. You know, like when you have a good Bible teacher, somebody that can actually help you along your way to understand it. Because before, when I was reading my Bible, I didn't know what I was reading. You know, like when I was a child in Christ, or when I just initially started reading. Before I became a Christian, I would read the Bible. I couldn't make head or tails of that thing. I didn't know what it was talking about. I mean, I'm just being honest. I was like, what? And then when I would talk to other people, they would say, oh, just ignore it. It doesn't mean anything. Because, you know, it was like the blind leading the blind. I didn't understand. They didn't understand. And everybody was just like, it's an old book. It doesn't even matter. And it's not even for us. That's for the old people. So I listen to my friends because that's what we do, right? We listen to our friends. And then I started having Bible studies. And it just made, and everything was like different once you had Bible studies. Because now you're studying with people that understand the Bible and can explain it to you. And then after you get saved and you get baptized, it really, I mean, wow, what a difference. It's such a big difference now. It's like being, like when you're a child, right? You don't understand everything. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in, oh, wait a minute. I have a little hiccup right here. Okay, now we'll go ahead and, wait a minute, it's doing it there too. Sometimes you guys, not all products like each other. I've never had a problem with this NR not getting along with Orly though. But anyway, okay. In the lamp for 30 seconds. And that's another reason why I like Orly is 30 seconds in the lamp is not a minute and a half. Like some products. Some products you have to put them in your lamp for 60 seconds every application. That's just like not healthy. But moving forward. Okay. So yep, you know it. Here it comes. I'm wiping it anyway. Because I want to make sure, like I tell my clients, I want to make sure that it is actually dry when you walk out of here. I know what the label says. I've used it 1,000 times for myself, but let's just be safe. Okay. Now, of course, we have to put on the cuticle oil. Oh, yeah, I went to I'll do that later. But this is High Bay Beauty. You should look on their website. Their products are tray fab. I'm not endorsed. Nobody paid me. I took one of their classes, and gosh, really great products. Vegan, Leap and Bunny certified. I'm going to polish it on. Leap and Bunny certified. Just very nice products. I really do like them. They're very nice. The classes were wonderful. Wonderful. And I ended up buying some of their stuff because it's really good. I like their products. And I like things that are vegan or PETA certified, Leap and Bunny certified, because it means that they haven't used animals as guinea pigs. They haven't, used animals to test their products on. If you've ever seen, well, doesn't matter, it's a movie. But, animal testing is just not cool. I want to eat my animals. I don't want to torture them. Does that make sense? Anybody understand all that? I mean, I just don't want my animals to be tortured. Gosh. Okay. Now I'm going to use my Vosh lotion. On my whole hand. And because I didn't do any dusting or filing, I forgot to do that. Because I didn't do any dusting or filing, I don't need to wash my hands. But you still want your clients to wash their hands at the end of the service. I mean, that would be a good thing to do right before you put the lotion on. And yeah, do that. I have the Bosch something. What is it called? Vitamin Recharge. It smells so good. Yeah, I didn't buff this hand. See how habits, you have to learn how to get a pattern and do things complete. So this is the Vosh that I have. Vitamin Recharge. Vegan. PETA approved. You got to care not only about yourself, but you got to care about the world in which you live. Because it's our only home, you guys. This is it. I mean, there's heaven and the afterlife and that kind of thing, but for the lifetime that you have, you want to take care of your house. I mean, you keep your house clean, don't you? You brush your teeth, you wash your face. Well, do the same thing with planet Earth. Take care of it. Okay, guys, enough of that. Thank you very much for taking the time to spend with me. It's been an hour and 5 minutes, and I'm out of here. Remember, drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables, and pray.